This is crazy. I can hardly breathe. It's like the whole country has been on fire for months. The smoke is so thick from all these forest fires out there. I can hardly breathe. I feel sorry for those who have a medical condition. They must be really suffering. This is crazy. I thought the world was getting better, but it's getting worse and worse. And now we have the flooding in Texas. The worst storm ever, they said. I thought Hurricane Katrina was the worst one, but apparently not. And then there's Irma, which is even bigger yet. So every year now, there's at least 2 storms of major magnitude. And then there's earthquakes happening all over the place. It's just getting worse everywhere. And then you have tsunamis and that kind of stuff. And then you have all these refugees coming into Europe. Crazy. Why don't they stay in their Arab countries, in the neighboring countries, where they speak the same language and have the same kind of culture, same religion? This is crazy. I've never seen anything like this. I thought we were the most sophisticated generation ever on this planet, with all the science and research, billions spent on research. But look at us. Look what happens in our cities. The crime rates, all the stuff that's going on. It's getting worse and worse. 20 years ago, we didn't have a murder every other minute. It's just getting crazy out there. There was this old man, he said, watch out, one day you're going to see stuff that you thought would never be possible. And I thought, what is he talking about? This guy's a kook. But I guess he wasn't. He said, yeah, the love of many will grow cold. There will be crimes. People will kill each other like you wouldn't believe it. And people will be selfish. I said, where do you come up with this stuff? I said. He said, well, it's in the Bible. It's all in the Bible. There's more to life than what you see with your eyes, he said. There's a spiritual realm. There are spiritual forces at work. And these forces, they influence people. I didn't believe it. I said, oh, come on, because I thought evolution is the only sensible thing. And he said, evolution, you're out of your mind, he said. Just check genetics. I mean, where does the information get into the DNA? Information doesn't evolve. It has to be there, and then stuff can happen. You don't build a house and then afterwards you design it, he said. I guess he was right. Because the stuff doesn't make sense. People do stuff now that doesn't make sense. You wonder who's influencing these ISIS people, beheading kids. I mean, come on. Children, old people, take their heads off. These guys are crazy. This is crazy stuff. But he said, the old guy said, it's all in the Bible. He said, one day, Jesus said, we would see stuff that is just absolutely out of this world. There would be wars like crazy, rumors of wars. There would be new diseases. I mean, we have the best science ever, the best technologies, the best medicines ever, best whatever, pharmaceuticals. And look at it. It's getting worse and worse. There's a new virus every year. Then we have bird flu. Next thing you have Ebola. Then you have Zika virus. Then cancer is just going crazy. Everybody in their family has someone who has cancer or is dying from cancer. It's just nuts out there. Things are not getting better. Come on. So I guess the old guy was right. I don't know where this is all going. And yeah, you look at North Korea now with this nutcase threatening World War III, basically, because he's threatening the U.S. And I mean, they're not going to sit back and allow him to attack them. They're going to wipe him out. But then we have World War III because China and Russia, they're going to side with North Korea. So it's all crazy out there. Then you have all these demonstrations in the U.S., and I read up on it, and I checked this out. So many demonstrations are supported by George Soros, by some billionaire who wants to I don't know. He wants a one world government, and he wants to be one of the leaders of a one world system because he doesn't care about America. He's got houses all over the world. He's already a world person, a world traveler. He owns businesses all over the world. He doesn't care about America or any particular country. He wants a whole world government kind of deal where he's on top of the whole world. These guys are crazy. So they pay for these demonstrations. They hire people to start riots and all this kind of junk. Then I checked the Twin Towers, 9/11. Oh, come on. I looked at some of these videos. Wow, somebody hired these terrorists, paid them, and also blew up these Twin Towers. You can actually see explosions. This is just nuts what's out there. And then this old guy said, watch it. There will be Christians, real Christians will be vanishing. Suddenly they will be gone. But it's in the Bible, he said. But the government is probably going to say aliens took them. I don't know. But it sure freaks me out to think that all of a sudden people disappear. Like he said, millions of people, because there's millions of Christians. But he said not all of them will disappear because so many believe in their heads that Jesus is real, but really they don't live it. They don't live like they truly believe it. Only those who really, really follow Jesus will be gone. But what is it going to be like? What's going to happen? Well, I guess if there is a God, which it really looks like there is, and there's also a devil, a spiritual force, doing all kinds of weird things and influencing people like Hitler and Stalin, ISIS, all these weird people. I don't know. God is going to show up and he's going to do something big here. So, well, I better get a Bible and start looking into this stuff before it's too late.